Hey, what's up, y'all? I wanted to do something a little bit different in this video. So one of the things that I get asked quite often from different pastors around the country is just what would I do if I was starting a church? So in this video, that's exactly what I want to talk about. I'm going to walk you through what I would personally do if I was starting a church or if I was taking over a church for the very first time. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of step-by-step things I would do if I was taking over a church, including the Google strategy that I used that got over 46,000 people to find my church last month. And if you stick around all the way to the end, I'll even show you 3 things that you're probably doing that are keeping people away from your church. So let's dive into this video on how to market a church coming up. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. If we're meeting for the first time, this channel exists to help church leaders be more effective in using social media and technology to be able to reach more people for Jesus and grow their church. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm actually just walking you through the things that I would do to get the word out to make sure that my church did not become the best kept secret in town, right? We all know how easily that can happen. Some of you guys might be in that position right now. And so again, I'm just going to walk you through some of my favorite tips and strategies that I would use if I was planning a church right now. So let's dive in. All right, number 1 is the Google Grant. Now, I'm a huge fan of this because this is literally a program that Google has that will give you $10,000 a month in free Google AdWords, right? It's literally free Google money. It's exactly what it sounds like. And if you don't use it, you lose it. Meaning you have $10,000 every month, $120,000 a year, but if you don't use it one month, it doesn't roll over to the next month, right? So you can use this for Google AdWords and you can set up local campaigns for people that are searching for churches in your area, right? So you can actually target keywords like churches near me or best churches in Tulsa or what's the best church in Dallas, right? Whatever it is. And then what's going to happen is before Google even shows all of the results on that page, they're actually going to show your ad at the top. If you go try this right now, you can actually go see this, right? Just go Google best churches in your town, right? And you're probably going to see an ad that comes up at the top. This is the easiest and quickest way to get onto page 1 of Google. So the shocking statistic is that 91% of people never go past page 1 of Google. So if your church website isn't on page 1, right, you basically don't exist, right? At least from a search engine standpoint. And so what we have to do is we have to get on page 1, but this is the quickest and easiest way to do that. There's a couple of different ways that we're about to talk about here in just a second, but why not use Google's money to actually share the gospel with people? When I first started doing this at my church, we actually started sending between 6,000 and 8,000 additional people to our website every single month. Right? Imagine that. Whatever types of traffic you're getting to your church website right now, imagine what would happen if you started sending an extra 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 people every single month to your website, and how many of those people would end up visiting, right? It's a pretty cool deal. And again, we're using Google's money to tell people about Jesus and invite them out to church. All right, and number 2 is sermon series. Now, specifically, what I would do is I would be creating sermon series designed to reach the lost, right? So whatever your preaching preferences are, whether you preach line upon line, precept upon precept, whether you go through sermon series, whether you switch it up, right? Either way, I'm a huge fan of using sermon series to reach lost people. And so this is something I'm really, really passionate about is I don't want just church people in my church. And as we're growing the church, I'm not trying to fish out of other folks' ponds, right? I'm not just trying to get a bunch of transfer growth. What I want to do is I want to reach people who are far from Jesus. I want to bring them in. I want to get them saved and I want to get them discipled. And I personally think that one of the best ways to do that is with sermon series that kind of address felt needs or specifically answer questions that they have that are keeping them up at night. So a couple of examples that would do that would be something like a brainwash series. Now, I've talked about this in some of my other videos, but this is something I used to use when I was in youth ministry. Is we used to do a series every single year that was called Brainwashed. Does God really exist, or are we all just brainwashed? I would actually answer a different question every single week, and it was crazy. Teenagers flocked to that every single fall whenever we did this. We had some of our highest attendance on these nights during the Brainwash series. And it's just simply because we're answering questions that people actually have, right? Even middle school and high school kids want to know, if God made the world, who made God? right? Why do bad things happen to good people? How could a loving God send people to hell? Is there really just one way to Jesus, right? And so by taking on some of these bigger questions in life, you can attract a lot of people who are skeptics or doubters or atheists, or maybe they're Christians their entire life, but now they're just, having some questions or maybe some doubts, but they're afraid to express them, right? So I'm a huge fan of doing some type of brainwash series. Another great sermon series idea that's going to help reach the lost and kind of reach people that don't usually come to church would be creating something around marriage or like a sex and dating. I've done that before. I've literally just created a sermon series just called Sex and Dating, and you get a ton of people that are going to show up to that. Doing a Q&A series is another great one, right? Just answering questions that people have. It could be some of the questions we talked about before, right? Why do bad things happen to good people? Has science disproven Christianity? Or it can just be addressing some of the other popular questions people have about Jesus, like what's up with the dinosaurs, right? Or, do pets go to heaven, right? Those types of questions. Some of them seem a little bit funny, but people legitimately have concerns about these things, and so it's important to address them, and a Q&A series does that really, really well. I'm also a huge fan of At the Movies, and Life Church actually creates an At the Movies sermon series that you can use and just kind of plug and play at your church, right? It's incredible, and it's a great way to be able to engage new people and engage people that wouldn't normally come to church. Phenomenal series. Or you can also just create a sermon series around a question, right? So one of my favorite sermon series titles is just Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People? Right? And so what you can do is same type of similar thing. You can tackle a different question that people have about God. And I would recommend just saving the last one, why do bad things happen to good people? Keep that for the last Sunday, right? That's a great way to kind of create a sermon series that's going to engage people. You can talk about if God is so good, why is there so much evil in the world? That's a great Sunday to kind of kick off with, answer a couple of questions, and then end it with why do bad things happen to good people? Number 3, search engine optimization. Now, here's what I like about this. You could dive in and you could learn all the principles of search engine optimization. You could hire a company to do SEO for you, right? Sometimes it's really expensive. Sometimes it's kind of affordable. But I personally think the best hack to doing SEO is by going to moz.com/local. Okay, now this actually used to be getlisted.org, right? But now it's moz.com/local. And all it is it's specifically local SEO. And they actually have a program, I think it's like $300. And is what they'll do is they'll register your church and all of your information with all the major data aggregators that affect local SEO. So you can literally take your local search engine optimization, meaning people that are searching for churches that live within driving distance of your church, right? Local, not global SEO, because we don't care if people in China and Japan are finding your church. We want people that are in your city and live within driving distance. So that's local SEO. And for just a couple $100, you can actually sign up for this program, have them register you with all the major data aggregators, and this will literally change your SEO fast, almost overnight, and shoot it up, right? So the cool thing is I actually did this for my church a couple of years ago. Back in 2016, my church hired me to rebuild the website and redesign the website, and this was one of the things that I did, right? Again, I'm not an SEO expert. I don't pretend to be. So I just went to a place that actually did it for me, right? moz.com/local, signed us up. And what's cool is here we are, fast forward a couple of years later, I recently got a text message that said, hey, last month, 46,494 people found you on Google. Right? Now, how awesome is that? These are people that found us on Google in 1 month because of strategies that I set up 5 years ago. So I highly recommend this. If I was building a church right now, this is one of the first things I would do. So go check out moz.com/local. All right, so before I get to my last couple of points, make sure to like this video if you found it valuable, right? It's super easy for you to do, but it means the world to me. And make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're putting out brand new videos every single day, 5 days a week. All right, number 4, social media. Now, here's the thing. I think pretty much every single church at this point knows they need to be using social media. Not every single church knows how to use it, right? And there's new platforms that are jumping up all the time, right? People are trying to be everywhere, and it's just not sustainable. It's not realistic, right? Especially if you have a smaller church. What I would do is I would only concentrate on the big 3, right? So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Right? Facebook and Instagram, both of them are owned by Facebook. There's 2.7 billion people on Facebook, right? There's another 1 billion people on Instagram. And so it just makes sense to be on both of those platforms. But then YouTube, I'm a huge fan of because there's over 2 billion people on YouTube. It's growing at twice the rate of Facebook. Over 95% of Gen Z is on YouTube every single day. And YouTube is a search engine. All right, this is my favorite part about it. So on regular social media, even if you have a post that does really, really well on Facebook or Instagram, basically you're gonna see a spike, and then after about 2 days, right, it's just gonna drop off. And this is gonna happen no matter how viral something might go. It's only alive for a couple of days and then it dies. That's just part of their algorithm. It's part of how they built it. But YouTube is the exact opposite. Because YouTube is a search engine, the longer your content is on YouTube, the more trust and the more reliability that it'll actually build, and the more people are going to find it. Right? So the cool thing is YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world behind only Google, and it's owned by Google. So YouTube videos now show up in Google results, which is crazy, right? So by utilizing YouTube, by utilizing Facebook, by utilizing Instagram, you're now using some of the biggest social media giants in the world. You're making sure to stay in front of people, and you're using YouTube to put content out that people are going to continue to find over and over and over. Number 5, Facebook ads. Now, I know we just talked about Facebook ads in number 4, but it's important enough that I actually wanted to use this as its own point, right? If I was starting a brand new church, I would pay Facebook like an employee. Here's what I mean by that. Whatever you would pay an employee as you're bringing onto their church, I would take that amount of money and I would put that into Facebook ads. Now, you might say, hey, Chris, man, we're on a shoestring budget. I'm a bivocational pastor myself. And even if we brought somebody on, it would only be part-time and we could only pay them $300 a month. Great. If that's the case, then that's where I would start. That's what I would do, is I would say, hey, we're going to start paying Facebook like an employee, which is $300 a month, and we're just going to be faithful with that month in and month out every single time. Right? This is the cheapest Facebook ads are ever going to be. This is the most effective they're ever going to be. As soon as like all these other huge companies like McDonald's and Coca-Cola and Nike and Adidas, once they realize just how effective social media marketing, specifically Facebook ads, can be, they're going to move their millions and in some cases billions of ad dollars, right, from TV and radio and all the other stuff they're doing into Facebook, and it's going to drive the cost through the roof, right? But it's still small enough for us as small churches and pastors to be able to be massively, massively effective. Pay Facebook like an employee, go all in, and just experiment with different things, trying to figure out how you can reach unchurched people for Jesus and get them to sign up for Plan Your Visit and come visit your church on Sunday. Number 6, I just alluded to it, is Plan Your Visit, right? This is simply the idea of having a ministry, right? Not just a page and not just a button on your website, but a ministry of people that can host new families when they come in every single Sunday. So if you're unfamiliar with Plan Your Visit, it's basically just having an option on your website where someone can sign up, basically schedule an appointment to visit your church, and then you assign a friendly person to show them around, right? So that way, when they show up, they've actually got a friendly person waiting for them at the front door. You can help them get their kids checked into kids' church, give them a tour of the building, introduce them around to some key staff and leaders, save seats for them in service, get them a free cup of coffee if you guys have coffee, and then make sure that they meet you as the pastor, right? Because 80% of people who meet the pastor on the first visit will come back for a second visit. All right, and finally, number 7 is chatbots. Again, I've covered this in a lot of my other videos, so we're not going to go in depth here, but I love using Facebook ads that run into Facebook Messenger and kick off some type of a chatbot, right? A ministry-related chatbot, and then leads to Plan Your Visit. So I've got plenty of videos that kind of walk you through exactly what that framework looks like, but I'm a huge fan of chatbots. This is something that's still kind of brand new. It's cutting edge. It's really innovative, but I think it's the future of ministry, and I think it's worth checking out, right? I think the same way that every church now, whenever they start, they basically build a logo and a website and social media accounts. I think in the future, right, that's also going to include chatbots. Every single church is going to have a chatbot, so it makes sense to take the time to learn it now, because I think this is the future of digital ministry. And last but not least, I promise to share 3 things that you're doing that might be keeping people away from your church. So let's talk about those. Number 1 is direct mail. Right? Now, the amount of direct mail that Americans get has actually doubled over the last 10 years. It's become such a problem, such an epidemic, that apartment complexes have started putting out giant trash cans in the mailroom just for people to throw away their direct mail. Right? Because they're sick of picking it all up off the floor. You're going out there and you're spending thousands, or in some cases tens of thousands of dollars creating a direct mail piece, and apartment complexes are having to put out giant trash cans for people to throw away your direct mail piece in. It used to work, right? But it's outdated, it's not cost effective, and it just doesn't work like it used to. So stay away from direct mail. You're wasting your money. Instead, take that money and reinvest it into social media marketing, specifically Facebook ads. Number 2 is boosted posts, right? Again, Again, boosted posts are great for reaching people inside your church, but if you want to reach people outside your church, the best way to do that is with a targeted Facebook ad or an Instagram ad. And finally, number 3, the thing that is keeping people away from your church is traditional media, right? Not every church is doing this, but if you're still spending money on TV commercials and radio or even print ads or print materials, right? This is just something that's just not effective anymore, right? The attention just isn't there anymore. Gary Vaynerchuk says that the currency of the world is attention, right? And the bottom line is that people's attention has shifted. It's not in traditional media anymore, right? If your church is going out there and utilizing TV commercials, think about it. I bet most of the people watching this video right now have not watched a single TV commercial this entire year, right? The only time that we ever watch TV commercials anymore is at the Super Bowl. Right? It's literally the only time we take time to watch commercials. I pay extra on Hulu so that I don't have to watch commercials. I use DVR so I can fast forward through the commercials. I even start sports games 30 to 45 minutes late simply so I can go back, start at the beginning, and fast forward through all the commercials and hopefully catch up live somewhere in the fourth quarter. There are so many people doing the exact same thing, so it just doesn't make sense to be using direct mail, boosted posts, or traditional media if you're trying to reach people outside your church and attract new visitors. All right, so if you found this video valuable and you'd like to learn a little bit more about a system that uses a bunch of the different elements that we found in this video, and you want to use it for your church, just head on over to churchgrowthagency.com or click on the link in the description below. We've got a free gift for you and a free video that'll walk you through a system we've been using that's generated over 60,000 prayer requests and over 7,000 plan your visits in just the last 24 months. We'll see you soon.